Structure in C programming. The structure in C is a user-defined data types that can be used to group items of different data types. Here, you can use structure to store different data types like int, character, float. But arrays can be used to store only same data type. You can use array to store integer, you can use array to store character or float. But you can't use array to store all these three data types together. But this is possible in structure. Again, structure is an example for user-defined data type. There are different data types in C: primary data type, derived data type, and user-defined data type. Structure comes under user-defined data type. The keyword struct is used to define the structure in C programming language. The items in the structures are called member and they can be of any valid data type. Let us take a simple example of structure. I would like to store the details of book. Here I can't use arrays because the details are name, author, cost, and pages. Name and author comes under character data type because name contains some letters, author also contains some letters, whereas cost and pages comes under integer data type. Here I can't use arrays, that is why I'm using structure. And this is how you have to uh, write the template of the structure. This is a template. This is not initialization or declaration. We have to write this template before the main function. Here, the word type def represent a keyword for struct. If you define type def before struct, then there is no need to use the word struct uh, before book. So you have to define struct only one time using type def. After that, there is no need to use the word struct every time because this is only template. After that, you have to initialize the structure in main function. So here you have to write these things inside the main function. While writing the program, I will explain the difference between this code and this code. So this is how you have to define structure. Book one. Here, there is no need to use the keyword struct here. Suppose if you are not using the word type def here, then you have to write struct here. So you have to repeat the keyword struct wherever you use the word book. So you may ask, what is the reason for using the name book one? Because there are different types of book. I'm not only want to store the details for one book, I would like to store the details for multiple books. Then you have to define each books with book one, book two, book three, like that. Then now I can store the details of book one, like book one dot name. Here the dot represent pointer operator. Here the name represent name of book one, author of book one, cost of book one, pages of book one. Here name Tamil, author Rajkumar. This is Rajkumar. Cost of the book 200. Then number of pages 130. So this is how you have to give values to the structure. Here you can't use name of the author and name of the book because this is template only. Here only you have to define all the values. Apart from this, you can use structure to return multiple values from the function. We all know that in C programming, we can't return multiple values from the function. If you want to return multiple values. Say, for example, here name, author, cost, and pages. If you want to return all these details from your function, then you can't do this in C program because C program does not return multiple values. Then you can define all these values inside the structure book one, then you can return one. Write a C program to store the details of a book, only one book using structure. The details are book name, author, cost, and pages. First, I'm going to specify the structure. It starts with type def. Type def struct the name of the structure book. Inside the structure, you can specify all the values. Character, name of the book, character, author of the book, both are arrays, then cost of the book integer, then number of pages also integer. So this is how you can uh, specify the template of the structure. Then inside the main function, we have to define the structure first. There is no need to use the word struct because we have already used the keyword type def. Then there is no need to use the word struct again. Instead, we have to use the word book. There are many types of book. Let's say want to know the details of book one. Then we can use the word book one. Now I have to uh, initialize the values for name, author, cost, and pages. There are two methods. First method, book one equal to inside the curly bracket, you can specify the name of author, name of the book, cost, and pages. Name of the book, let's take Tamil, then author of the book, Rajkumar, then cost of the book, 200, then number of pages, 120. So that's it. So now we have specified all the values for book one. Now we can print the value. Def. Now you run this code. So it will print the name of the book. Here, book cost integer, then number of pages also integer. Then the remaining things are string. Now you run this code, it will print book name Tamil, book author Rajkumar, book cost 200, and then number of pages in the book 120. So this is how you can define structure in C program. There is one more method here. Instead of using curly bracket, we can go with string copy. So whenever you use string copy, you have to include string.h library. So you can use the string copy function to define book1.name. This is Tamil. Then you can define book1.author as Rajkumar. Then you can define book1.cost as 200, book1.pages as 120. Now you run this code, you will get the same result. So book name Tamil, author Rajkumar, cost 200, number of pages 120. So this is how you can define structure in C program, and you can initialize and print the values stored inside the structure. Write a C program to find average and total mark of one student using structure. The student has five subjects. Here, I am going to use structure to return multiple values like average and total mark of one student will be returned from a function to main function. We know that C program we can't return multiple values, so I keep average and total mark inside the structure. Then I will return that structure to main function to print the output. Let's see how to do this in VS Code. So first I'm going to define the template of the structure. Type def struct. Here the name of the structure student. Name of the student character, then register number of the student integer, which means it accept only numbers, then marks, there are 5 marks of the student we are taking, and again these marks are integer, but we are considering it as an array. Then average and total we need to find out, so we take those values inside the structure. Now I'm going to define the structure struct. Next, I'm going to define the structure student s1 equal to, here I'm going to use the curly bracket to define the entire details of student 1. So this is the details of student 1. Name of the student Raj, register number of the student 300, 5 marks scored by the student 42, 41, 50, 39, 38. Then we are taking average and total as 0. Actually, we need to find the average and total. Now, I am going to call a function calculate, where I am going to pass all the values of S1. Then we do some process like average, total marks will be calculated inside the calculate function. Then it will be written to main function as structure. So we take it as S2, another name. So I have to define the S2 structure once again. After that, I'm going to print the total and average value inside the main function. Here, the total value comes inside the structure S2. So S2 dot total will give you the total value. Then S2 dot average will give you the average value of. Now, I'm going to write a separate function for calculate, where we are passing the structure S1 student S1. Again, we are returning a value of S2, S1 from calculate function. So this should be a student. Now, inside this, I'm going to find the total. Total is nothing but addition of all the 5 marks. Then we can find the average value by dividing the total value with 5. So S1 dot total divided by 5 equal to average. Now we will return both total and average through structure. See, a function can't return multiple values. So we keep total and average inside the S1. Then we return in S1. So this is a purpose of structure. So we can use structure to pass multiple values from one function to another function. So now I'm going to run this program. This error indicates that we are not defining this structure. See, we have to define this structure here. Now you can see that the calculate function return S1, that value stored in S2, then S2 will print total and average of 5 marks. So this is how you can use structure to pass multiple values from one function to another function.